Anna Martin. I'm one of the teachers at the Yoga Sanctuary. Today we, together with Martin, will be looking at one of the postures, and that will be downward facing dog. So before we come to the posture itself, we'll make a little preparatory transition. So let's come to hands and knees. Let's start on hands and knees. So aligning ourselves, helping ourselves to cushion knees with a blanket. Making sure that we have wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tops of the feet are on the ground. So making sure that we're preparing ourselves with the length of our spine. So finding the length of your spine, gaze towards your fingertips. The space between the shoulder blades is nice and broad. Bringing the navel towards your spine so we're not sagging through the midsection of our body. And then from here we'll do a few cat-cow stretches. So on the inhalation, we'll curl the toes under, we'll lift the tail, drop the belly, open the chest, bring the chin forward. On the exhalation, we'll bring the tops of the feet to the ground, round the tail towards the ground, and round into the length of your spine, rounding shoulders, neck, head towards chin, towards your chest. Let's repeat that a few times with curling the toes under, inhaling, arching, and then exhaling, rounding. So this is a nice warm-up for our spine, and when we introduce the curl of the toes under, we're preparing ourselves to transition to downward facing dog here as well. So we'll repeat that one more time. Exhaling, rounding, inhaling, arching, lifting the chin only as far as your neck allows you to. So make sure you're not overstressing your neck. And on this exhalation, we'll draw the seat to the heels. So go ahead, bring your sit bones to your heels and extend your fingertips to the top of your mat as far as you can reach. So here we're engaging the arms, making sure the forearms are off the ground, and here we're making sure that the fingertips are nice and wide. The palms of the hands are glued to the mat. As from here, we're measuring this distance, preparing ourselves to come up to our downward facing dog today. So with the next inhale, keep the hands just as they are. Come up to hands and knees, curl the toes under, and once you start lifting your sit bones slowly, lifting the knees and straightening them very slowly, drawing the heel towards the ground one leg at a time, bending one knee at a time, just stretching the legs, giving yourself a nice soft way of stretching the legs. And then finding both legs, heels reaching towards the ground, lifting the sit bones up and away. So taking a moment here, finding yourself that the weight of your body is shifting towards your legs. So making sure that we have the equal distance, feet equal distance with the hips, and arms maybe a little wider depending on the energy of your shoulders. Taking another deep breath here. So this is our downward facing dog. So if your hamstring is a little tight, you can always micro bend your knees. So make sure that you have that, allowing yourself to make it accessible. And if you want to stretch a little bit more, you can maybe come up onto your toes and then draw the heels, both heels are the same, to the ground, and see how you can stretch the backs of the legs a little bit more, giving yourself that extra stretch in the backs of the legs. And then we'll find stillness. And from here, I wanted to show you 3 different ways how you can come up to standing. So first way will be walking your hands to your feet. So walk your hands, Margaret, walk your hands to your feet. Slowly, as soon as you feel that your feet are completely connected to the earth, stay in the forward fold, stay in the Uttanasana. Come to hold the opposite elbows and relax the whole upper body. Relax your neck, allow your head to hang heavy. Take a moment here. This is one way when you bring your hands to your feet. So let's come back to a downward facing dog if you can. Please walk your hands forward. So coming back to downward facing dog, finding our posture that we're working on. And then now from here, the next option will be walking your feet towards your hands, very slowly, very small steps, walking your feet towards, and again, once you find yourself in the forward fold, coming to hold the opposite elbows and releasing your body over your thighs. So keep the connection of your belly and your thighs, softness in the knees again, so it's a gentle micro bend. So coming back to downward facing dog one more time, and this option will be, take a breath here, just set up with the alignment. Once we come to downward facing dog, the proper alignment, the proper positioning of hands and feet We measure, we have 2 ways of measuring. Coming from child's pose, we have our arms extended, and if you bring your shoulders over the wrists, Martin, let's bring shoulders over the wrists. So hands staying in place just as they are. If you need to make any adjustment, you're going to adjust your legs. You're going to adjust your feet. So hands are glued in one place. And from here now, like sand your sit bones up and away into downward facing dog. So this is the proper measure because our bodies have a certain length of our limbs. And that's how we measure the distance between the hands and feet and downward facing dog. So the last option, how you can come up to a forward fold, stepping one leg between your hands, helping if necessary, beautiful. And then bringing the back leg forward as well, stepping the back leg forward and coming to forward fold. So take a breath here, again releasing the spine, releasing the neck, dropping the top of the head towards the earth. And then from here with the next breath, we'll release the hands, drop them down to the earth. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, build your spine coming up, helping yourself a little bit with hands on the knees if necessary, and coming into the upright position, Tadasana, bringing hands to your heart center. Taking three deep breaths, finding yourself fully supported on your both feet. Thank you very much. This is the downward facing dog with transitions. Thank you.